What an absolute horror show of shit, lads and lasses! I have never witnessed such an abomination of a game in all my times as a Manchester United fan, I think, for many different multiple reasons. How are you all doing? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. I've got a little bit to get off my chest in this one, lads and lasses. Thank you to everybody that's stopping by and getting involved. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Smash a like on the like button, and let's get into this absolute shower of shit that we call Manchester United then, my friends, because look at this bloody absolute gas-tastic game of football, man. Slabby Maguire, a.k.a. the human toilet, a.k.a. the bum that keeps on pooing all over the place at the back. That's what he is. All he does is just drop a log of shit out there every single time he plays on the pitch with a completely gas-tastic error. This man is £80 million. Bloody hell. I mean, I wouldn't give you 80 million pence for this prick. He's literally the most overrated player United have had since Alexis Sanchez or since Romelu Lukaku or one of the other absolute overrated melts that needs to be sold from this football club too. In all honesty, I'm sorry to just get on him after one game here, but it's not just one game. This is going back across the whole season. This kid did something today which I can only imagine is the defensive capabilities of a plastic bobble-headed footballer. You know what I mean? One of those little bobblehead footballs you used to get. What the hell is he doing out there with that clearance away for the first goal? You can't even fathom what goes through these players' heads. I mean, he's got a massive cranium on him, to be fair, with a little pea rattling around inside. That's the only thing I can imagine about Slabby Maguire's head, because the intelligence to clear that ball away was just not there. He's put it into the path of Bailly. Why is he twatted the ball at Bailly with that big slab of it in the first place? The ball's ricocheted around, it's coming, and then he's headed it into the path of Kane, or whoever the fuck it was, in Spurs' area, my friend, and literally shat the bed all over the place for United and rolled over in it too. This guy is the bum at the back that keeps on pooing all over Old Trafford, and I've had enough of him, really. I've had enough of this £80 million bum. He's living a lifestyle of luxury, yet he's providing Manchester United with a pauper at the back. With a pauper at the back, my friends. I'm sick to death. I'm sick to death of seeing our defenders make these ridiculous errors. We've spent a fortune on these guys. They're paid professional footballers, yet they're making the errors of a schoolgirl team. I'm no joke, schoolgirl level shit that was from Slabby Maguire today, man. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer cannot account for Harry Maguire being a complete unintelligent melter of a defender. He can't account for him doing what he does and just shitting all over the place, making errors. He can't account for that. And then Eric Bailly getting on in the action too. Absolutely bottle jobbing it for Spurs as second, my friends. We did the hard part. We scored the goal early on. Bruno Fernandes getting the goal, of course, from the penalty spot, and then immediately crumbled after that thanks to that absolute £80 million slab of muck, Harry Maguire. And I'm sorry. I know people say, you know, stick by your players and all that. I stuck by him for too long. He's not worth 80 million quid. I wouldn't give you a pair of my used shoes for Slabby Maguire right now. He's worthless to me, my friends. He's worthless. He's like Eddie Woodward to me in player form, as far as I'm concerned. Eddie Woodward's got a massive potato head, and this guy's got a massive brick head. That's the comparison I would like to make. They're useless, both of them, at what they do for this football club. I've had enough. There's people out there throughout the watch-along who actually had the sheer audacity to try and blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for this game. How can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer get the best out of these players? How can he set them up and stop them from making stupid, calamitous errors like he did for that Harry Maguire one, or like he did for that Bailly one? How can he actually stop them from doing that? He's not setting them up saying, do you know what? You know what you should do? When the ball comes in, you should head it onto your teammate, Eric Bailly, who's in the area. You know, not head it out, not head it away from goal, but no, head it towards the goal to your teammate Eric Bailly. How does that sound, Harry? Yeah, nice one. Solskjaer's not saying that, guys. Solskjaer's not saying that. Harry Maguire's meant to clear those balls away, but he's had an absolute little David Moyes melt job on it. That's what's happened. There's no excuses here. He's an absolute prick. Harry Maguire, individually, you've cost us this game, you stupid slab of mess. You Easter Island-headed abomination. Like, he needs to be wheeled off, and we need to replace him with at least a different statue. I don't know, a different one, the Venus de Milo or something. Because even though they've got no arms, it's better than Harry Maguire, who's got 2 bloody left feet and a massive dome. I'm sick and tired of the sight of that man in our back line. And look, we were all calling for Bailly and Maguire a little while ago, weren't we? It just goes to highlight the fact we don't actually have the bloody players in there at all. You know, Chris Smalling's our best centre-back and he's off his way to Roma. It makes no sense at all, guys. We don't have a top-quality centre-back in the team whatsoever. Victor Dwindloff wasn't playing today. It wasn't his fault. Turns out it's all down to that Harry Maguire shithouse. Turns out it's all down to him. We played the other day with Bailly and Maguire. The defence actually looked pretty decent. Maybe it's just down to that absolute slow melt, that slow worm, Slabby Maguire, for doing what he does here. Please do us a massive favour and smash that like button if you're just getting involved with this stream. Hit a like on it. Give it a share if you can on social media as well, because we've got a lot to get into here. Slabby Maguire, you useless, overrated, overpaid prima donna, should be working in the Mykonos prison kitchen, twat. That's what I've got to say to him. If it wasn't a bloody high-profile superstar, he'd be out chilling with bloody Andreas, I'm a big bloke, freaking Giannopoulos or something over in a cell in Greece. And he's not doing that, is he? He's overplaying for Manchester United right now. It's an abomination, my friend. Our captain out there slabbing it up in Greece, getting his sister injected with all sorts of stuff. I'm not saying he got that, but you're in that situation, brat. And then you've got the audacity to come in and put performances like that in. He's still playing in a jail cell over there. If he was the El Chapo version defending from the jail cell, he would be better defending from the jail cell than he was actually at Old Trafford today, this prick. So make no mistake about it, my friend. Make no mistake about it. That is exactly what's happened. Harry Maguire has shit the bed. He started this game. He set the precedent for this game, which was a precedent of absolute shite. That's what's happened today with Harry Maguire. And I'm sorry, you can't defend him. You can't defend the defenders. You can't defend that pie muncher Luke Shaw. You can't defend him, man. I mean, Luke Shaw literally was terrible today. But look, to be fair to him, the damage was done. Let's get on to the main point of contention before we start slagging off the players a bit. Because, yes, the players were absolutely shit. And, yes, Harry Maguire needs to get his head sorted out. And I'm not talking about actually intelligence-wise, which he does need to. I mean, actually go to the clinic and get the bloaty head disease sorted the fuck out. That's what I actually mean. Then he might be able to head something properly. It must be difficult trying to head the ball away when you have, like, a film of liquid underneath your head. You know what I mean? From the swelling. It must be fucking difficult. So I do feel for him there. He needs to get that addressed. But he's absolutely useless, this guy. £80 million we paid for him. Sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and say, you know what? I think we've done the wrong thing. Sometimes you have to say, I think we spent the wrong money. Just like on Romelu Lukaku. We spent £75 million on Romelu Lukaku. He turned out to be a bag of shite too. Alexis Sanchez, 500 grand a week, bag of shite. Sometimes you've got to cut your losses and say, do you know what? We actually paid £80 million for a bag of shite. Sometimes you have to say that, and that's exactly what Woodward does all his career long, to be fair. He's known for buying bags of shite for overinflated prices. That's what he does. That's what he does, or not spending the money at all. That's all this guy does, is buy overinflated bags of shite or not spend the money at all. I'm sick of our ownership of this football club. That is the biggest problem with this. But let's just talk about the performance out there today from the lads. I mean, defensively, individual errors cost us this game. Nothing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can do about that. There's people in my live stream saying, Ollie out, Ollie out, Ollie out, Ollie's shit, Ollie's tactically inept. Ollie's not tactically inept. He can't control Slabby Maguire. He can't possess the body of Slabby Maguire. He can't actually allow Slabby Maguire. He can't account for that. You can't account for individual errors like that coming right out of bloody, Yeovil Town schoolgirls under 11s team. That's the sort of shit that was on display today, So Solskjaer can't account for those individual errors that have been made there. And then the second goal, of course, Bailly's had a complete shithouse nightmare as well. I thought Bailly was the better of the defenders out throughout the game of them. Of course, that's not hard when you're competing with that absolute twat slab. But I did think he was the better defender out of the bunch. But even so, he's had a complete nightmare for that second goal. And I feel stupidly bad for David De Gea, man. David De Gea conceded 6 goals today. None of them were his fault. He's just got absolute Laurel and Hardy melt bags in front of him. We haven't got the centre-backs. I mean, if this is the wake-up call that our board needs to go out there and sign a centre-back, never mind Jadon Sancho. Never mind getting Jadon Sancho in the football club. Bloody hell, we need bloody Randy Savage at the back at this rate. We need Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage at the back because we have a bunch of bloody melters, unfortunately. We need to get some proper ballers in at the back. We need a centre-back, guys. We need an Upper Meccano or somebody like that. Somebody who's maybe got a bit more cojones. Maybe they've got a bit more defensive ability. Maybe isn't just some overrated, overpaid, over-freaking hyped mess of a human being. Maybe that's what we should need. So if we actually spend the money in this window and do it, which we won't, because we've got the Glazers, the shittest owners in all the land, and that stupid human potato-headed buffoon, Ed Woodward, in charge of proceedings, and the only thing he's going to do is maybe get us the cheapest possible bargain signers that we can possibly get, because all he gives a shit about is pandering to the Glazers' bottom line. That's all he cares about. He's an absolute brown nose of this man. He's just doing his job. It's the Glazers' ownership. I get that. Yeah. Bullshit. We need somebody who's prepared to spend the money and highlight the areas of the team which are gash. Every single fan this side of the bloody Yankees or whatever that river's called would tell you that this is the problem area of the team, is the centre-back position, is the defending. It's how bad we are conceding. It doesn't matter if you've got Jadon Sancho at top. It doesn't matter if you've got Cristiano, bloody Lionel, freaking Neymar, Jones. I don't know where the Jones comes from. Definitely not Phil bloody Jones. But either way, it doesn't matter if you've got an amazing talent up top there, scoring the goals. If you're shipping goals like that at the back, if you have Eric Bailly gifting the goals, if you have Harry Maguire gifting the goals, it doesn't make a slightest bit of difference how much firepower you got up top there if your castle walls are crumbling to the fucking ground, my friends. It's an absolute disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace that we've got such a shit defence. At this stage, to be Manchester United and have this lineup and concede all those goals and make those level of errors and gift games away to the opposition teams just by individuals shitting the bed on us. It's a disgrace. Oh my God, I cannot believe this game of football, man. And what about the referee? Let's talk about this absolute bald wannabe Phil Mitchell prick. Because you know what his problem is? He's obviously clearly blind as a fucking bat. He sent Tony Martial off for an abomination, one of the worst officiating decisions I've ever seen in my fucking life, lads and lasses. I have to be honest now. He's made a complete hash of this one. All he's done is penalised Martial. Martial's retaliated. I get it. Martial's retaliated. They should either both be booked or either both be sent off. But Lamella's initiated. He's pushed Martial in the face. He's pushed Martial in the fucking face, lads and lasses. And then Martial's retaliated with a little girly touch back. You know, he looked like he was trying to restrain himself. He's trying to take it back after he's touched him anyway. He's barely touched Lamella. Lamella goes down like a bag of shit that he is. And of course, Tony Martial gets himself the red card, and that's the end of the game for us. That's ruined the game as a spectacle right there. The bullshit referee. And where's the fucking VAR, lads and lasses, though? Where does the VAR come into it? Why do we have VAR if not to check it? Why do we have VAR to just have some melt in a different room somewhere half around the bloody country decide that Lamella's absolutely innocent in that one anyway? It's a fucking joke of a system that we've got here. What's the point of having these replays and this VAR if it's not going to get the right decision? Anthony Martial was penalised, and yet their player who initiated the contact and initiated the violent conduct was not penalised. How is that fucking fair, lads and lasses? It's one of the most disgusting atrocities and injustices in modern day football that I have seen. It's a fucking disgrace, is what it is, that level of officiating. And that official, that referee, he should be absolutely sacked off. He should be held accountable. He's ruined the game as a spectacle. Never mind the fact that we're 2-1 down at that stage and we need to come back into it. Well, give us a chance to come back into it then. But instead, he's just rewritten the script on us. He's just taken the wind out of ourselves completely. And then they scored the third, and then they scored the fourth, and then they scored the fifth, and then they scored the fucking sixth as well to complete the humiliation of embarrassment and recreate that bloody City scoreline from a few years ago. Why always me? Why always fucking Slabby Maguire, the big-headed prat? That's what I say more like. So, just unbelievable, lads and lasses. Thank you, everyone who's getting in here, by the way. Let me just vent a little bit, then I'll get into all your comments and stuff like that, and super chats. Sorry, I've seen there's a couple through, but I've got to get this off my chest, and then I will dip into the comment section. If you're watching this video, please smash that like button. Leave a thumbs up on it, give it a share if you can, get involved. So then, the referee, man, how does he let that opportunity slide? How does he surmise from that situation that Anthony Martial is the aggressor, that Anthony Martial deserves the red card? How do they surmise that from that incident? He's obviously only just seen Martial's retaliation. He hasn't seen Lamella's. But then what the fuck is the point of having this VAR stuff for then if we're not going to use it, guys? I don't understand. Why don't we use the VAR? That's what it's there for. Just to find out who the twat is and who's right and who's wrong. And in that incident, I'm sorry, they were both wrong, but Lamella was the initiator. They should have either both got booked or both got sent. So they completely destroyed the game of football there today, the officials. Not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Don't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for that. After that happened, and we go 3-1 down, what's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going to do? You're coming up against one of the most potent attacks in the country, and Kane and Son and these guys. And then you've got 10 men. You've got Slabby Maguire. You've got Luke Poor, Luke freaking Shaw, Luke Unshaw, Luke Gash at the back. Luke bloody absolutely lukewarm at the back there doing nothing. And then you've got Eric Bailly gifting them opportunities too. It was pitiful. There's nothing Solskjaer could do about it, my friends. It's damage limitation from that moment on. People were saying, Ollie out, Ollie out, Ollie out. No, bollocks to that. Ollie in. Glazers out and Woodward out. Let's get it going in the live chat. Hashtag Woodward out. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Woodward out. Hashtag Glazers out. Because this is a calamity. You can't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on this. He needed backing in this window. We should be having freaking players playing for our team right now, not waiting to get them in still until this bloody window closes. Look at Tottenham. They got that Sergio Reguilon twat we were looking to get in. He's playing the game. Where's our Alex Telles? Where's our Alex Telles? Where's our Alex Telles? Alex Telles is on his way, is he now? Yeah, finally, he's on his bloody way. And we've agreed terms. Why on deadline day? Why can't we have these players in beforehand to prepare for the season properly? It's because of our shit leaders at the top of this football club. That potato-headed buffoon, Edward Woodward, and that little minion, Matt Judge, and the little puppets that they are for the Glazers. That's all that it is, man. It's down to them. Down to them. You can blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if you want. You can make this about Ole. You can say he's tactically inept. You can say, why did he take Bruno off and not Pogba? You can say all of this. And don't even get me started about that absolute bag of lazy bones, Paul Pogba, man. Talk about desire. That guy wouldn't know desire if it rocked up and kissed him on the ball sack. He doesn't have a bloody clue what desire is. Desire, man, how about stopping the bloody ball from going in the back of the net by sprinting 80%, you absolute lazy bastard. That goal that they scored was, I can't even remember who scored the goal now. They're fourth or fifth or sixth, or one of their horrible bloody goals. Pogba's dawdling into the penalty area, not even busting a lung, not even breaking a sweat, in my opinion. He's dawdling back there. His head's gone. That's Paul Pogba for you on a plate. His head's gone. His head goes. He doesn't have the character to pull you up from the bootstraps and get you back into a game or try 100% regardless of the result. I don't care if we're 3-1 down, 4-1 down, 101 down. I want to see the same level of desire and heart out there throughout. Sometimes you just get outclassed. Sometimes you just get it wrong. Sometimes the referee destroys the spectacle for everybody involved. But what you've got to do is keep that desire, keep that motivation, keep that belief and that heart and that spirit and that fight and everything that it means to be a Manchester United player, but not Paul Pogba. No, Paul Pogba just dawdles. He just mills around. Oh, I'm Paul Pogba. I'm worth £89 million. I'm awesome. And I'm just going to jog around like my name's Dimitar Berbatov in midfield, but actually nowhere near as bloody effective as Dimitar Berbatov. I am the Berber of midfield, but a shit Berber. I'm a B-Tech Berber in midfield. That's all he really is. And we've been waiting for 5 years to see some sort of a spark, 5 years to see some sort of consistency. Well, we have seen consistency, guys. We've seen consistency this season from Paul Pogba. Consistently shit. That's exactly what we're getting from Paul Pogba, man. So, and it's not about Pogba, it's not about the individuals in the team were shit. Slabby Maguire, you've got to take most of the blame for this today. Eric Bailly, you are an abomination towards men. Luke Shaw, bloody useless. Lay off the free Bentos pies. I cannot wait to get this Alex Telles guy in. We should have got him ages ago because Luke Shaw's way too inconsistent, my friends. Luke Shaw's an abomination. I feel bad for Luke Shaw actually today because the initial errors in this side were made by complete meltbags and the team Maguire and Bailly giving them the win. And Luke Shaw's then got to defend backs to the wall job here against one of the best attacks in the defence with 10 men. So I don't even think we can blame Luke Shaw today. I just think we can blame the individuals that made the individual calamitous errors and blame that twat of a referee. Don't blame on. You can't even blame many of the other players, really. Yes, everybody was shit. Everybody was shit. So you can blame everybody, but the key errors, we know who made the key errors. We know who showed that lack of desire. We know who didn't try 100% out there because we could fucking see it with our own eyes, my friends. We could see it with our own eyes. Oh my life, what a joke, what an absolute joke of a game of football. We've just been done 6-1 by Jose's Tottenham and he's patted Ollie on the head at the end. I fucking hate him. What a disgrace. The Portuguese Mr. Bean leaves Old Trafford with a 6-1 scalp. It's disgusting, man. This one's going to live long in the memory, man. This is one for the history books. People will forget that Tony Martial was wrongfully sent off and this game was a farce. People will forget that. They'll just remember the 6-1 scoreline. They'll just remember that drubbing, that terrible start to the season that Manchester United had under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that year. And I feel terrible for Ole Gunnar. He's not been backed, man. If I was Ole Gunnar, I'd want to leave this bloody football club now because he's not been backed by the board. Don't tell me Cavani's backing. Cavani's not an Ole Gunnar signing. Ole Gunnar doesn't want Cavani, in my opinion. Well, he doesn't want Cavani ahead of a centre-back anyway. Maybe he'll take Cavani if offered Cavani, of course, but he's not wanting a Cavani. He's wanting a centre-back. We know we need a centre-back. At the moment, we're left with Slabby Maguire, Victor Dwindleoff, Eric Bailly. Who else is there? Marcus Rojo, Chris Smalldong, Phil No-Bones Jones. Give it to the young lads, guys. It's time for a bit of Twanzebe action. Until we can actually buy another player. I'd rather see Twanzebe play and even fail compared to seeing Slabby Maguire and Lindelof and these twats again failing all over the place. I'd rather we got somebody else in here, give them an opportunity. 18-year-old Mengi. He can't do any much worse than that Slabby Maguire £80 million overrated mess, can he? Can he? Can he? No, he can't. Mengi's probably playing off of, he's actually got something to prove. He would come into the side and have something to prove. Maguire's just there collecting his wages. One hand, one head, one eye in that massive head on what's going on in Mykonos. One eye on next summer where he could go on another bloody bender, this time to Zante, and have a punch-up with some other Greek police, probably. He's an idiot. I'm sorry, but he shouldn't be our captain anyway. I'm not being funny. I'm not just saying that. I've been saying this for fucking months, way before the Greece incident. He shouldn't even be our captain. We should have Bruno Fernandes captain in this side. Because Maguire doesn't lead us. He's not consistent enough. He's not a good enough player to be a captain. What's the point of making a shit player in your team captain? Even if they are a leader, you know what I mean? If they are one of the biggest characters in the dressing room, I don't care if your leadership out there basically involves making errors and looking shit all the time. How's that for leadership? How's that for David De Gea, who's heaped on the floor after Harry Kane's penalty to give them the bloody 6-1 or 5-1 or whatever it bloody was, I can't remember now. How does it feel for David De Gea, who's got that terrible defence in front of him, and he has to put up with it? He has to know that it's going to be shaky throughout every single game, that we're going to get peppered because of our bad back line. I mean, it must be dreadful. I mean, what we wouldn't do for a proper defender, my friends? We just need a proper defender, or just one world-class defender would be great. Just one Nemanja Vidic, one Rio Ferdinand, somebody like that. But instead, we haven't got that. We've got a Poundland bunch of pansies. That's what we have. I mean, Harry Maguire, what does he actually bring to the table, really? Yes, he's good on the ball. Yes, he's good in the air. Well, he's not really, is he? He's got to be consistently better than that in the air. You wouldn't see Sergio Ramos or somebody do something like that, I'm pretty sure, ever. Now, not saying Sergio Ramos has never made mistakes. Every defender makes mistakes. But that first goal, where he's headed it onto Bailly and then got another chance to clear it and then headed it into the path of Kane, I just cannot understand. It looked like he was on the take, my friends. It looked like somebody had paid him off to fix the game and try and score and help Spurs score. I'm not even joking. That's what it looked like. It looked like Pogba had been paid to just fanny around and dawdle around. It genuinely did to me. When I look at these players out there who are paid an absolute fortune and putting on that red shirt of Manchester United, one of the greatest privileges a sportsman can possibly reach and have. And I look at them doing that, something that I would absolutely cut off my left bollock for. And they're out there jogging around. They're out there smiling. Did you see Paul Pogba's massive smile on his face after he gave that Hurricane penalty away? You absolute smug prat. Okay, he's embarrassed. He's given the penalty away. He's laughing. He doesn't think that... Don't fucking smile, my friend. We're 6-1 fucking down. We're 5-1 down, Paul Pogba. And there's you with a grin of a Cheshire cat. You absolute pretender. You charlatan. You pretender. Go back to Juventus, my friends, to be honest. He was good at Juventus. He was good at Juventus in that Farmers League that it's become. But in the Premier League, for United, he hasn't been able to do it, not for 1 year. I don't care what people say, not consistently for one season he's had a good season. He might have had one good season statistically with all those penalties and chance creation and all that shit, but he's never actually had a standout season. Paul Pogba never getting the team of the year playing for Manchester United. He's just not up to the job. He's not up to the job, in my humble opinion, lads and lasses. Oh, first class game with a super chat. Thank you, matey. He's this epic rant pig. Feel sorry for you guys. Maguire was bought as a symbol to compete with Virgil van Dijk. In reality, Maguire is just average. That's it. We chose the wrong bloody one, didn't we? Virgil van Dijk went to Liverpool for 70 million. We signed Slabby Maguire for 80 million pounds. You're right, mate. How the hell can we justify that now? When you see what's come and gone since... Look, people say, oh, he needs a good partner. No, maybe the other players need a good partner. Maybe Harry Maguire and his absolute Frankenstein slow pace that he puts out there is the issue at Manchester United, honestly. Yeah, that's right. Maguire to Maidstone, says Anthony Evelyn. Bloody spot on, my friend. That's about his right level at the minute. Go and play for Chris Smalldong's old team. Right, guys, Ollie Hansen, thank you for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up on the video as well, lads and lasses. Leave a cheeky little like on it, that'd be fantastic. I don't even want to do player ratings today, lads and lasses, but I guess, no, I'm not even going to bother. Everyone gets a bloody 0, my friends. It was stinking. How can you give anybody any rating better than 0 on that fucking game of football? Honestly, nobody was good. It was gash. It was a damage limitation jobby. The referees completely ruined the game. I just want to say right now, before I get into the comment section and see what you guys have got to say, I just want to say right now that this is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault. This is the players' fault making individual errors, and this is down to the officiating, and it's down to Woodward and co not having better players in the side to begin with as well. It is. It really is. Because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would be desperate to get a top world-class centre-back in. Of course he would be. Look at the shit season we had last year with Lindelof and Maguire at the back. Melting. Of course he would want to get a top-quality centre-back in. Instead, we're looking for these commercialised deals, these deals that are like Hollywood deals. That's why we got this Cavani prick coming in. What we really need is a proper signing. We need the next Vidic. We need a proper centre-back to come in there. And we've got it wrong again. I mean, it's hard to say that Maguire wasn't going to be... You know, we looked last year, Maguire, or the season before we signed him for Leicester City, brilliant. For England in the World Cup, unbelievable. So you thought you were getting a great player, but once again, it's just, I don't know what it is. The Man United curse. Another big-name player coming in for big money, cannot handle the pressure, cannot handle the hype, cannot live up to the hype, can't handle the pressure cooker that is Manchester United, comes in for too big of a price tag and just cannot live up to it. I worry for Jadon Sancho coming to this football club, I do. I actually really do, because it seems like we're cursed. It seems like we're cursed with players at the moment. When we spend big money on these players, they seem to not work out more often than not. More often than not, and Harry Maguire's a fine example of that, because up to this point, he's been good at times in certain games, but way too many errors, way too inconsistent, and that today was schoolgirl-esque. That was schoolgirl-esque, my friend, from Harry Maguire out there today. Absolutely pitiful. No excuses, no backing that up at all. That was one of the worst defensive displays I've ever seen, because it was so amateurish. It was like you wouldn't see that down Sunday League. They'd be clearing that ball away. You wouldn't see that down Sunday League. I promise you that now. It's a fucking joke. Yeah, smash that thumbs up button. That'll give us a boost and help this stream out, lads and lasses. I'm going to get into your comment section now and see what you legends have got to say for yourselves. There's a lot of you tuning in, actually. Over 600. Thank you for stopping by. What a horror show. What a shit game of football. Let me know where you think the problem lies and whose fault it is and all that good stuff, because it's definitely somebody's fault here. I think it's the players. I think it's the owners. I think it's Woodward. I do not think it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. The biggest person to blame today is the referee, in my opinion. He destroyed that game as a spectacle. He ruined that game as a spectacle, because beyond that, Martial red card, we were out of it. We had no chance after that. We had no chance. They were already 2-1 up. They were already cutting us open before that. Our defence was looking shaky as you like. So after that red card happened, then we had no chance after that. So he destroyed that game of football for us. Don't blame Ollie. Don't blame the players. Blame the fucking referee. And blame actually the individuals in the team that... So do blame the players. Blame the fucking players, because people like people like Harry Maguire slabbing it up at the back, Eric Bailly, Luke Shaw, absolutely gash at the back, man. Everybody was shit today, to be perfectly honest with you. Just how are you supposed to perform as an attacking player in the side like that when you're outnumbered and outdone and outclassed? How are you supposed to do that? It's just such a disgrace that this United side has got to this point where we're supposed to be starting the season on the back of qualifying for the Champions League, on the back of Solskjaer getting third with a shit skeleton squad, somehow getting third, and he needed investment and he needed backing, and we start the season, we haven't got the investment, we haven't got the backing yet. This is just an absolute horror show of shit from our board and owners. Get out of our football club. Get out of our great football club. This is a brilliant football club with the best history and tradition in the world. We should have the clout of no other team could compete with in the transfer window. We shouldn't be dicking around, signing bargains, signing names just based on opening up what the South American market for shirts sells, you potato-headed pricks. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be looking at improving all the problem areas of the team, making steps every single season to do so. Even if we get Telles, even if we get Sancho, even if we get fucking Cavani. It's not addressing the real areas of the issues in the team that we needed. Centre-back, CDM. Fucking get it sorted out, lads. It's not rocket science. Right, calm down. We're getting a little bit blood pressure here, lads, and I need to calm down a little bit. So let's just get in and have a look at who sent the super chats in, because I don't want to miss those guys. Thank you very much for everybody that sent them in today. Give me a moment and I will just read them out. Shout out to you all commenting as well. Keep commenting. I'm gonna get into the comment section for a good bit. We're gonna have a back and forth. I want to hear what you've got to say. So don't go anywhere, folks. Don't go anywhere. Joel Morris with a super chat. He says, if we didn't get our players sent off, we wouldn't have lost by as much. So true. You never know. We could have got back into the game as well. I still think we'd have probably lost based on the shite defensive display we had before that red card. But that red card killed it. That killed it for us. Joe Ramasama comments the absolute scenes of Maguire holding his defender back from clearing the ball in the box. Absolutely. And what about that other goal that they scored where Son put it in at the near post? It went through Harry Maguire like he was Casper the Friendly Ghost. Or maybe like Stinky. We had Stinky there. Harry Maguire's bloody Stinky. Luke Shaw's Fatso. And I don't know who Casper is. Casper's not playing because Casper's sound, actually. We've got Stinky, Fatso, and what's the other fucking one? Stretch! Stretch! That's Eric Bailly or Paul Pogba's Stretch. Probably Paul Pogba's more suited for that one because it is a stretch of the imagination to think that that twat's ever going to do anything again in a United shirt. Useless. First class gamer, thank you very much. Read that one out. Appreciate everyone who sent the super chats in here. Robert Ingram with a super chat as well says Maguire couldn't handle the Chinese league. You're probably right, mate. He'd probably get out jumped in the Chinese league. This guy, he's useless. He's actually useless. I've gone off Harry Maguire completely. Look, I was sticking by. I was given the opportunities, but he's too individually error prone. That's what it is. We've had too many Phil Joneses. He's Phil Jones 2.0, but just with a bigger head. That's all that he is. He's the bobble-headed version of Phil Jones. Phil Jones 2.0, 30% less gurn. That's all he is. That's all he is. Twice the slab, twice the bloody price. 10 times the bloody price. How much we pay for Phil Jones? 18 million, wasn't it? Fucking hell. 5 times the price for Slabby Maguire, yet he's just Phil Jones 2.0. What a waste of money, man. What a waste of money. Overinflated price for an overinflated head. That's what we spent there. Joke. Joke. Signing £80 million. Sorry, just got to say it. We overpaid for Lukaku. We overpaid for lots of players over the years. Pogba. But certainly we've overpaid for Slabby Maguire. I wouldn't give you £8 million for this tip right now. Thank you everybody for getting in. Let's read your comments out then, lads and lasses. Thank you for joining us. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can smash 300 likes on the stream while it's live. That'd be epic. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And get involved in the live chat. Pigden, what's going on? Pigden15, he says, do you agree with Bruno being subbed at half-time, Pig? I mean, I don't really. What's the basis for that? Maybe Bruno had some sort of little twinge. Maybe he's not 100%. I mean, why waste your best player struggling for the last 45 minutes of the game when you're going to lose and get battered anyway? So I don't really know if that's necessarily the worst thing. Maybe Bruno wasn't 100%. Maybe Bruno was only going to play 60 minutes of the game anyway, and Ollie's just gone, you know what? Let's just take him off because there's no fucking point here. Now, you can say that's negative, but actually what he's gone for is putting McTominay and Fred on, which are defensive players, but also good all-round midfielders. So you've got a bit more stability there with those players. Or you should have at least, but at the end of the day, we've had a complete calamity and we're outnumbered. So that's the only criticism I can make of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer really, is that he didn't take Pogba off at half-time, because Pogba, I thought, was showing signs of being absolutely crap in the first half, let alone the second half, where he was really shit. But in the first half, I thought he was showing signs of just absolutely not even going there, not even being there, just going through the motions, minning around the midfield and being just a complete useless meltbag. Literally like a complete 89 million logba out there, a log, just a stagnant log floating down the river of shit that is Manchester United right now, unfortunately. That's all Logba was out there. And he was just a log in the middle of the park, just a passenger. Passenger again. Passenger Paul Pogba. Passenger 57. Passenger whatever you want to call him. Passenger. Pass him to bloody a different football club. Let's get rid of him. Dortmund, you want him? Let's do a Sancho deal for Paul Pogba. Crikey, why wouldn't they want Paul Pogba? I'm sure he'd do some good stuff over there. Sell him. Like, that's the point where I've got to now. I'm sick and tired of seeing these same faces make the same errors. It's pathetic. The desire from Paul Pogba today, I can't even talk about it, honestly. Nicholas Critchlow comments, Doris the tea lady has asked for a transfer, Matt Rush. Thank you, Michael Collins says, worst part about this transfer window is that we weren't able to sell Logba. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we haven't been able to sell Logba. I mean, nobody wants to buy Paul Pogba at this time. He's not exactly in the best place out there on the football pitch. And he causes some issues here and there. His valuation's dropping by the minute as well, guys. I tell you that now. A year ago, we were talking about getting 100 million for Pogba when we sold him. I wouldn't expect anybody to pay more than 60 million for him now. I really wouldn't, because what has he actually done over the last 5 years at United? If you're going on history and not just going on his profile and his Instagram followers and his commercialism, if you're just going on football and ability alone and actual what he's done for his football club, Manchester United, over the last 5 years, then nobody would want him, because he hasn't contributed anything to this football club for years now. The Saint, what's going on, the Saint? The Saint comments, Ollie should have never been in, never mind out. Don't be redonkulous, my friend. We tried the big name managers. We tried those big, huge names like Mourinho, Louis van Gaal. We tried these. They didn't work out either. United shouldn't be looking for a short-term fix. We should be looking to plan for the future. He needs the backing of the board to get new players in and help them out. How can we start the new season? Today we started this game against Spurs with exactly the same freaking squad as we had out last year. Donny van de Beek, our only signing of the summer, was on the bench. So we literally had the same old shit that we said and knew was not good enough last season, starting in that game today against Spurs. How is that fucking right, lads and lasses, when you got Chelsea signing every which player this east of the Serengeti? Why the fuck have we got that happening and then in Manchester United are just not doing that? United aren't strengthening. We've got one player who's on the bench. So we have the same team out last year that wasn't good enough last year. We have the same team that should have probably finished 5th or 6th in the league last year. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer worked wonders and miracles and somehow managed to get us 3rd in the league with that shit squad. But essentially we've got the same shit squad, apart from that it's probably even lower on confidence now, apart from that we've had a proper shit pre-season which was non-existent, and these lads are now wanting other players in. You had fat Luke Shaw coming out last week and saying, after the game that we need to sign players. What the fuck's that all about? You got Gary Neville shit in the bed every single day on Sky Sports. Can't believe the lack of desire, the lack of movement in this transfer window from our club. A club that's supposed to have ambitions to challenge for the title. That's what's really wrong about this football club. It's our owners and our leaders' ambition at the top. They don't want us to do that. This is a Champions League year, my friends. A Champions League year. We need to invest. We need to get the players in early, prepare for the season, not fanning around until the transfer window's closed, not to the deadline day to try and save a few little shekels. No, my friends, that's not the idea. The idea is to try and spend and improve and adapt and get better for the start of the new season. Roman Abramovich would never do shit like this, man. He's all about preparing. It doesn't matter if it costs more money for the summer to pay their wages to get these players in. They're all about improving the situation every single summer. Say what you want about them. Our board are not like that. If they were like that, they'd have signed the players by now. They'd have done the deals. They'd have got the business in. They wouldn't have fannied around until the last minute of the window and signed Alex Telles last day and panic bought Edinson Cavani. That's not an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer signing. He doesn't want Cavani. He wants somebody else, man. Surely, think about who would have actually made more sense than Cavani. Callum Wilson. I'd have actually had Callum Wilson over Cavani because he's not a mercenary prick who's only coming for the fucking money. As a backup striker, then that's all we need is a backup. We don't need Cavani as a backup. Or maybe we need bloody Cavani as a first choice now though with our shit. But look, Martial shouldn't have been sent off today, that's the fact. We never got to see what our forward line would do today because the referee ruined the spectacle for every person in that ground. Not in the ground, but every person watching. Not in the ground, but you know what I mean. And then you've got that absolute potato-headed prick Woodward just playing Candy Crush Saga on the sidelines, watching the downfall of United. What does he actually do, though? What does this man get paid to do? I'm just trying to think of what he does. Apart from sitting there looking like a potato-headed ninja with that bloody ninja mask on. If anybody's got any ninja stars, let me know. Because that's what he could bloody do with if you ask me. But certainly, he's a nightmare, man. He's portraying, he's fulfilling all the characteristics of a ninja at the club for us as well. Like stealthily killing us. He's stealthily killing us from behind the scenes. That's what he's doing. He's creeping around like an absolute horrible potato-headed melt, and he's killing us softly. That's what he's doing. He's an absolute prick, that man. He needs to go. Jason Redk says, we were absolutely terrible today. Tottenham fan says, come on you Spurs, get out of here, my friend. Shastad says, Pogba is shit. I agree with you, Shastad. Had enough of Paul Pogba now. We shouldn't necessarily make it about individuals, but we should when they're individually shit. Like Paul Pogba, they show that lack of desire. I've been saying this for a country year. That's not a thing. But I've been saying this for 5 years, guys, or pretty much 4 or 5 years now. Pogba doesn't look like he tries 100% out there. Pogba dawdles on the ball. Pogba gives the ball away. Pogba doesn't try 100%. When we go down in games, Pogba doesn't have the character to fight and drag us back. Pogba's head goes. Pogba bottles it. Pogba's a bottle job. Pogba's an 89 million pound log. I've been saying this for years, guys, and I've tried to give him chance after chance after chance after chance. Now's the time. He's had 1 or 2 good games. He's turned the corner. Here it is. He's had 1 or 2 good performances. He's changed. He's a changed player. That's it. We're going to see the best out of Paul Pogba. But it never comes, my friends. It never comes. It never comes. It doesn't happen. He never puts in that great performance. He's just a pretender in United's midfield. And I don't want to make it about Pogba. Let's talk about other pretender. Let's talk about those pretenders at centre-back, Bailly and Maguire, a.k.a. Lauren and Hardy. Because they're absolute clowns. They're jokers, these guys. They're comedians at the back. They're not there for, out of merit. I don't know what they're there for. Just because we paid a lot of money for them and we're stuck with them and we don't have any better options, my friends. That's the only reason that they're really there. We all know we need a top quality centre-back in there. But he's not going to come because of our shit, parasitic, cancerous, disgraceful, absolute joke of ownership of this football club. Frozen Over says, Pig says we try to hit the big managers as well. Tried it with the big managers. Well, Mourinho just beat us 6-1. What a silly comment that is, Frozen Over. You usually come out with good comments, mate, but that's a stupid comment, my friend. You know why? Because that referee fucked that game up for us. It wasn't Ole Gunnar Solskjaer versus Mourinho. It was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer versus the referee and Slabby Maguire out there, mate. Come on, let's be realistic about this. What the fuck can Solskjaer do against Mourinho when the referee sends Martial off wrongly? What the hell? I mean, that is just a complete kick in the bollocks. We've got a massive disadvantage from that moment on. It was only 2-1 at that stage. We could have got back into the game. Yes, we were defensively shit from our individual errors, by the way, which are also not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault. But Mourinho, he got the victory. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the return fixture last year, he's patting Mourinho on the fucking head. It goes both ways. You get your bad results. I mean, thinking of 6-1, let's just have a little chat about 6-1, shall we, guys? Let's just have a little fucking chat about 6-1, guys. All these people blaming Ole. Who remembers 6-1? Last 6-1, I can remember. Manchester United on the receiving end of, against that why always me prick, Balotelli, and those Man City melts. That's what I remember, 6-1. And who did that happen to? When did that happen to? It only happened to the greatest, most experienced, most winningest manager in British football history, you brats, Alex Ferguson. And if he can get done 6-1, then Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can certainly get done 6-1. Certainly when we get a player sent off early on for no fucking reason at all. So what a silly comment, mate. Just saying. Sorry, thanks for watching. Stupid comment. Anyway, Abbas Hassani says, fuck the ref. Coco Border says, blame your destiny. We are cursed. We are cursed. Torgam U says, Stephen Seven, like what? Explain, mate. Hannah Shah says, what's that? I don't know. I don't know what that says. My Cuisine, respect the fan. Sai says, worst defence in the Prem by a striker. Fully agree with you, Sai. We have got an awful defence. Out of the top sides, we are one of the worst. I mean, look where we are in the league right now. I almost don't want to have a look. Let me refresh the league table here. We are 16th in the league, my friends. We've played 3 games, won 1, lost 2. Crystal Palace first day of the season, and now this Spurs game. We have a goal difference of -6 after 3 games. This is an atrocious start to the season. These players, they want dropping, they need sacking. They're not good enough. We need to get new players in. These centre-back twats. Don't talk about the manager to me. I'm not going to entertain any Ollie out business on this. This is bullshit. This ain't down to the manager whatsoever. This is down to not being backed, not preparing the full season. I mean, he did Jose last season. He did Lampard. He did Guardiola. He showed decent tactical acumen when needed. We also had him there in a lot of other games. It's to be expected. He's taken over a shit team, and he only had a short amount of time. He needs backing, he needs money, he needs time. Those are the things he needs. Backing, money, time. So far, I don't see him getting any of those things, apart from arguably maybe the time. But he hasn't had a lot of time. The fans aren't going to give him a lot of time. Ollie outers are not going to give him a lot of time. You just watch all these Ollie out melt bags come out of the woodwork now. They're going to go nuts on this result, blaming Ollie's substitution. Why didn't he take Pogba off? Why did he take Bruno off? We could have changed the game. It was damage limitation. We were trying not to get humiliated 10-0 or 10-1. That's what it was in the end. You know, we've lost 6-1 anyway, but it could have been worse, guys. So I don't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one iota. I don't blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer one iota for this performance today. I blame the individual defenders like Maguire and Bailly making the errors, gifting them the 2 goals. It doesn't matter if you have Messi and Ronaldo up top. If you got Maguire and Bailly doing what they did today, you're probably going to lose most games. That's the facts. You've got to build from the back. You've got to have a strong base. You've got to have a strong defence. That's what all great sides are built on. They're great. They're built on great defences. Yeah, you need the attacking players. You need the creation. You need all the other areas of the team too. But the most important one in my eyes is the defence. Guys. Whether it's an old Juventus in the 90s winning every game 1-0 or George Graham's Arsenal. They don't have to play that attractive football. They don't have to be that attacking. But if they're tight at the back and they never concede, then they can win championships. I remember Juventus winning a title in the 90s. I think it was Juventus, or maybe AC Milan it was actually. And they only scored 31 bloody goals. They scored 31 bloody goals all season long and they won the title, my friends. You know what I mean? Because they defended, because they didn't concede, because they were solid. That's what all great teams are built on, and we are not built on that. We're built on shaky jelly at the back. We're built on shaky jelly. Right, I'm going to get into your comment section now, guys. Thank you to everybody who's watching this video. Please do us a massive favour if you're just joining me right now, and smash that like button. Leave a little thumbs up rating on the video if you have not done so already. Please do chuck a thumbs up in it, and I'm going to get into your comment section now. But if you're new to the show, subscribe to the channel, smash the like on it, and give it a share if you can. Thank you very much, everyone, for getting in here. Right, are you skunks as 6-0 Villa? Bloody hell. Crikey. What? You reckon that's going to be the score today from Liverpool when they play them, you mean? I don't know. I hope so. I'd love it if Liverpool lost today. That's about the only thing that could maybe cheer me up a little bit. Griffo Char says Liverpool 1-0 down. Get in there, Aston Villa. Nice one, Griffo. Messenger of good news there. But they'll probably freaking, anyway. Biasic says, Ollie has no fault. The team's backs are not good. Totally agree. The defenders are to blame here. They threw that game away for us before it even got going. We did the hard part of scoring. We took the lead and instantly we crumbled. Instantly we took our eyes off the prize. Instantly Slabby Maguire melted and crumbled that massive dome of his. So that's what happened. I agree with you. Gandalf says, new contract for Ollie. He should get a new contract for Ollie. He should get a 4-year deal, this guy. Or at least 3 years. Because this guy needs time and investment and backing. And time. Alex Ferguson almost got sacked once. You know that, right? At Man United until he won the bloody FA Cup replay or whatever it was. I forget now. But either way, if he didn't do that, he was going to get sacked. And that was in his 4th or bloody 5th season and whatnot. What happened after that? We won the league and we kept on winning the friggin' league. People need time to build these teams. Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool. Look at his team now. Look at where they are now. That didn't happen overnight. For him, he finished 6th, 7th, wherever the fuck he finished for a couple of seasons. They had to get the players. They had to be backed by the board. He had to have faith and time and belief shown in him by the board and the fans. And now look at them. That's what we have to do. Stop being a fickle football fan and not backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's not even his fault. Any real football fan of Manchester United understands that he's not the main culprit for the disease that is at United right now. The rust has set in when the Glazers bought this football club, and it's just getting more and more decomposed over time. It's getting worse and worse as that potato-headed Pratt Woodward drives us into the ground. This has nothing to do with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You can scapegoat the manager if you want. You can blame it on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if you really want to. If you're that way inclined, if you just want to sensationalise it, if you really don't think he's the man for the job. But that's bullshit. If we get another manager in, whoever it is, doesn't matter the name, doesn't matter the quality of the manager. They will be hindered by our owners with the lack of backing in the window, with the lack of investment after getting Champions League football. We finished 3rd last year. If ever there was a time to put faith in a manager and show the manager the backing, and it to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as well, it's now. It is now. Now is the time. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that. Shastad says Villa are leading. Great stuff. OT3 Achilles says forget Ollie. Woodward out. Glazers out. Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going. Hashtag Ollie in. Hashtag Woodward out. Glazers out. Hashtag Ollie in. Hashtag Woodward out. Glazers out. Hashtag Ollie in. Hashtag Woodward out. Glazers out. Hashtag Ollie in. Hashtag Glazers out. Woodward out. Get it going in the live chat, lads and lasses. Smash it in there right now. Let's fill up this wall with bloody Glazers out and Woodward out chat. Let's do it now. It's Saints. It's not all on his fault by any means, but he's definitely not a top manager. Well, how can you say that when he got a 3rd last season with a shit team that should have finished 6th? That's pretty good. Okay, he's not got the track record, but how do you get the track record? How do you get the history? How do you get the CV of a Jose or a Sir Alex? Or how do you get that if you don't get the job? He has to learn on the job. He's not got the CV of these guys previously. That's right. Hashtag Ollie in, Glazers out. Hashtag Ollie in, Woodward out. Get it in there, lads and lasses. Get in there, Gandalf. Ellie with a super chat says you missed 2 of Disco's super chats, mate. Thank you so much for that, Ellie. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much for letting me know. Hope you're good, Ellie. Appreciate it. Let me just go back and try and find your super chats, Disco. I apologise, dude. Lots of messages coming through. Thank you everybody for watching this as well today and getting involved with the live show. Smash that like button on it and just thank you for getting in here. Come on, let's have a look then. Disco Dave, thank you, Disco Dave, matey, for the super chat. He says, shout out to Mrs. Pig, Sinead, she's the best. Shout out to your missus. I was going to say, Disco Dave, mate, thank you so much for the super chat. And I just want to say, Sinead, thank you very much. Nothing compares to you, Sinead. Nothing compares to you. From Disco Dave. Nothing compares to Slabby Maguire being an absolute mess at the back. That's the truth. Disco Dave, thank you very much for that. Robert Ingram says Maguire couldn't handle the Chinese league. Oh yeah, I think we've caught up with that. Disco Dave, though, thank you very, very much for that, Mr. Disco Dave. You're a legend amongst men. And he also put one on earlier saying, join the true United fans, become a member. Thank you so much for that, dude. Really appreciate that, my man. Right then, let's get on and have a look more at some of your comments here, folks. We've got Nick Millisev. How's it going, Nick Millisev? He says, we got nothing. In the back of defence has been a problem for years. So true, we've never really replaced Rio and Vidic, have we? I mean, we've tried to. We've spent the money. Don't get me wrong. We have spent money there. 29 million on Lindelof. 80 million on Maguire. We spent the money there. We have tried to, but we just haven't got the right guys. Robert Ingram says this team needs at least 20 more years to improve. Oh my God, I hope it's not going to be like a Liverpool Scousieri situation. That would be gashtastic. Let me just scroll down to the bottom of the live chat here. Mr. NLWT getting your potato emojis in there. Everybody stick a potato emoji in there. Manny Slouflaki, what's going on? He says, good thing I didn't wake up early for this game. Absolutely, Manny. Imagine like Gungshi. I don't know if you're in here, Gungshi, for the post-match or if you passed out because it is really late in Taiwan. But imagine people staying up, getting up in the middle of the night, 3, 4 a.m. in Australia or wherever the bloody hell it is, where it's 3 or 4 a.m. right now, and watching those games, passionate United fans. I just feel so sorry for the fan base right now because we're being mugged off by the owners, the Glazers and Woodward. They're destroying us. That's the real reasons. Don't even. It's not even necessarily about the players really. It's, you know, they were shit today individually, but I think we've just been left short. We've been left short here. We haven't got the players to come in and do the business for us. DJ Sonic says rock bottom. Matt Rush says 396 likes. Get in there. Let's see if we can smash 400 likes on it then. Appreciate that, Matt Rush. Abelez 2009 says it ruined my day. Batman Nightfan says hashtag Glazers out. Good man, get that going. Hashtag Glazers out. Gandalf says 400 likes. Get in there, my son. Robert Taylor says get in the cell, Maguire. Hypera, what's going on, Hypera? Good to see you. Says Jose Mourinho was right. What in regards to what? In regards to the fact we just needed the backing, we didn't get the backing, and this club's hindered by a bunch of melt bags. I mean, people are somehow going to make this out like Mourinho's done the number on Ollie. Not at all. Mourinho's the luckiest manager in the world today, just so you know. His side attacked well, but they attacked individual errors, and they also attacked a team that had 10 men wrongfully. We shouldn't have had a man sent off in that game at all. So that game made Jose Mourinho's night an absolute walk in the park. And when you got a great attacking players like Son, like you have to say, Son Heung-min was excellent today again, and Harry Kane was excellent today. Those two, I mean, even before we had 10 men, when you think about Son's goal, where he's done by just the finish, the run, one-on-one towards goal, open up his body, slot it over De Gea, it's world-class stuff. They're great players, you know, so you can't have 10 men against great players for 70 minutes of a game. You're just going to get done all the time, I'm afraid. Numbers, you know, sometimes you can do better, you can do well with 10 men, but the statistics don't lie. It's obviously a numerical disadvantage, and that's all that really happened to us today. Charlie Power, well, yeah, Man U is shite at the moment, to be honest, but we are the greatest club in the history of the land. We just unfortunately at the moment have cancerous owners which are completely rusting us from the inside out. Samuel Modest is proud of Mr. Pig, honestly. Thank you so much, Samuel Modest. You're very modest, mate. Arsene says we will beat you in the Carabao Cup. Out. I don't know about that, Arsene. Reiko Ellie says Spurs shit at the back. I mean, they are, but they wouldn't know it today because we didn't really get in those opportunities. We were just outclassed and outnumbered. Black Brain says, I have just paid an old man to let me lick his nostrils. Wow, that sounds pretty mental, Black Brain. Maybe you should go and speak to Ed Woodward. Sounds like you two would get on like a house on fire. Ayush Sapkota comments, take me as a defender. I can defend better. I was best defender in league. Mate, Ayush Sapkota, I've never seen you defend in my entire life, my friend. I am aware you're not a professional footballer, but, you know, you've played some football. I'll take you, my friend. I would take you over those guys. The Saint comments, FC United forever, you're a complete snowflake. Ever heard of free speech? Very true. I mean, look, there's free speech here. We accept all differing opinions here. Even the Ollie out melters. Even all the Ollie out melt bags are welcome to have their say, but there's no reason to be Ollie out right now. Let's just have a little vote in the live chat, lads and lasses. Smash a 1 for Ollie in. Smash a 2 for Ollie out. I just want to see where the fan base is at the moment, and surely it's got to be a sea of ones. A wall of ones, my friend. Smash the 1 for Ollie in. Smash the 1 for Ollie in. Smash the 2 for Ollie out. Don't even put a 2 in here. Don't you dare even put a 2 in here. Stick a 1 in the live chat. Frozen Over says Mourinho was clearly hindered. Well, he was, yeah. He didn't get the back in either. It's more of the same. The pattern repeats itself. We spend more in the summers where we don't have Champions League football the upcoming season than in the summers that we do. We did the same with Jose. In fact, if you look at the stats, we've spent exactly double in the seasons that we don't have Champions League football than in the seasons that we do. So what does that really tell you? It just tells you that the Glazers are happy to just go for top 4, really. Abelez with the 1, Tafster with the 2. Look at this fan base. This channel's fucking great. This channel's fucking awesome, guys. If this was one of the other channels, if this was one of the other sensationalist, clickbait, Ollie out, gashtastic channels, guys, this would be a wall of 2s right now, but it's not. Even though there are a bunch of melters and neutrals in here who are just trolling right now, most of us can see that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not to blame. This is the channel for me, guys. You know, it is my channel, but still, it is the channel for me. You know, as a Man United fan. Because we understand that it's not Solskjaer's fault here. You have to back the manager. You have to give him time. You have to give him that belief. It's ridiculous. Nicholas Critchlow, thank you very much, Nicholas Critchlow, matey. He says, enjoy the wine and a mince pie from Louis van Gaal. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Disco Cisco, I wonder what lies ahead for Solskjaer. I really do. I really wonder what lies ahead for him, though, because crikey, if it goes like this, if we keep having bad results, it's not going to be long until they do sack him, because that's what they want. That's what they want, in my opinion. I don't think they're in this for the long haul. They're not in it to give him a few seasons and a couple of 100 million this window. I don't think they are. I think they almost want another scapegoat, because then they can just repeat the process. The fans will go, oh yeah, it's all Ollie's fault. It's all the manager's fault. Let's blame it on him. And then they can start again. They can reset, get a new manager, and everyone's buzzed up because they got some freaking twat like Bielsa in, or whoever it would be. Who the fuck knows? Which would be a disgrace, by the way, as a Leeds manager. But anyway, he is a good manager, but whatever. You know, we get somebody in, and then they would just go, oh, right, okay, well, yeah, now we need to sign the players again. They probably sign a couple of players. But the process is going to repeat itself in a few years' time. The process would repeat itself, in my opinion. We need to try something a bit different. We need to stick with this man that is all about Manchester United and knows what it is to be a United player, United man, United coach, United manager. This is somebody with experience in this club like no other, really. This is the man who scored the winning goal in the Champions League final. This is the man who's been in charge of our youth setup. This is the man who's been under Alex Ferguson's tutelage for the last couple of seasons and for many years as a player. So to me, he is a great candidate for this. I like the way that we were playing our football in that middle spell of the season last year as well. Post-lockdown, we were the best team in the country. I'm just going to say that right now. We were the only team in Premier League history to score, to win 4 games in a row consecutively, whilst winning by a deficit of 3 or more goals, which tells you everything about the form and the style that we were in at one point last season. It's about getting back there, but unfortunately we stagnated with this set of players. We haven't invested, we haven't backed the manager, and that's why we're seeing this. We're seeing a lack of enthusiasm maybe from the players here, or a lack of belief from the players for the owners and the team, not for the manager. I think they all want to fight for the manager, but when you've got players like Luke Shaw coming out and saying what he did the other day, that we need players, it goes to show you how dire the situation really is. There's a bunch of 2s coming in here, but I'm pretty sure most people voting 1 there. I think definitely Ollie in this channel, a lot of the people on this channel get it. They get it that it is not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault. Thank you, Google. What's going on? Philip Chapman says, Ole will pay the price for their cock-ups. I agree, they'll just use him as the fall guy, won't they? MU says, Ole is not a top manager, but he is not the problem at United. It's the fucking coaching. And you can't use that word. RJ McCready says, he's not experienced enough to coach a big team. That's just the truth. Look at the success Mourinho achieved. That shows Man United should be doing better. Absolutely, I agree with you. James Duffy comments, why don't we give Mengi a chance? Yeah, it couldn't go any worse. What about Mengi? What about Twanzebe? Couldn't go any worse. I would give Mengi a chance. But how can they do that really with an 18-year-old? They've got to sign somebody else who's a bit better. We need somebody. Comments, Pogba is the problem. He's one of the problems. He was such a daughter today. He let the side down. Awad Zabe says, hi, I got to say an unpopular opinion. Fergie is the one who should be out. As long as he is still part of Manchester United, it means he's supporting what the F is happening. Maybe just his absolute love for the club and the fact that he is the definition of a football man makes him think that he can have a positive influence on the club. Maybe, just maybe, if he wasn't involved, giving Solskjaer help and at the top there, then this club would be in an even more dire situation. Because Fergie, you know, if there's one man that has the best interest at heart and will not be wavered, will not be bought, then it is Sir Alex Ferguson in my eyes. Now, I know that he could voice his opinion with the Glazers, but that's actually not going to help the situation right now, I don't think. I don't think if you have this internal melt from it, it needs to be all the fans. It needs to be, well, I don't know, actually. I mean, that would make a pretty damn good statement, wouldn't it? It would. I mean, Fergie's not got worried about getting sacked, does he? Fergie doesn't have to worry about getting sacked. If Alex Ferguson came out in the media and did an interview and said that it's kind of a disgrace that Solskjaer's not been backed in this window, can you imagine what effect that would have? But the problem is, like, the club is just owned by American owners who aren't here, and, you know, it's so difficult. It's so difficult to really try and progress with this football club. Ellie says, don't spam. Absolutely do not spam. Marius Prime says, Pig, you think we can manage to take a centre-back tomorrow, including Tellers and Cavani? No, I don't know. I mean, I think we should, but I don't see Sancho, Tellers, Cavani and a centre-back coming. Maybe if we sack off the Sancho deal now and actually focus on a different area. Tonk Nash 87 says, Sir Alex, director of football, my friend. He would be the perfect candidate, but the problem is he deserves his retirement now, this guy. He deserves to not be completely engrossed in this football club, because it is a frustrating affair at the moment. And to be honest, like, I don't think Sir Alex would actually benefit because the Glazers are still there. If we had a new owners who said, here you go, Sir Alex, here's 300 million a season. You can allocate that how you want, from facilities improvement to spending it on finances, to the youth players, to the coaching staff, to whatever. You know, whatever you need to do, that's your budget. And I'm not saying it has to be 300 million, 200 million, 150 million, whatever it is. There's your budget. Go and do what you want. Spend it on whatever you see fit. They should have the freedom to be able to do that. You should have a football man in the role who has the freedom to do what they do. But unfortunately, if you did get a director of football at Manchester United, he would just end up being a yes man in line for Woodward and the Glazers. That's what it would be. He wouldn't have the final say. He wouldn't have the freedom to be able to do his job properly. He'd still be pandering to those Glazer puppet masters. It's as simple as that. So I don't think Sir Alex Ferguson would be right for that, because he wouldn't get on with that situation. Jay Michaels, thank you for subscribing to the show, Jay. Philip Gattenby says, Ollie must stay. 100% must stay. Irfan Riaz says, Pig, the fan base needs to unite and make a final stance. That means everyone. I agree. Don't go to games when they come back. Don't buy their merchandise. If they sign Sancho, don't buy the shirt with Sancho on the back. Hit them where it hurts in the pocket, and maybe we can have a stand and make our stance really unavoidable. Let's make this position untenable for the Glazers. If it's untenable for the Glazers, if they're not making any money, that's what makes the position untenable for the Glazers. They would sell the club in a heartbeat if they were making no money at all, trust me. But unfortunately, it's a cash cow. Batman Nightfed says, no Sancho, no Cavani. Glazers out. By the way, Mark Voot says, the Saint, you got F all to spout about being a blade. You going down this year, you melt. All right, calm down, lads and lasses. The Saint is a long-time subscriber to the show. He's a long-time viewer. He's a Sheffield United fan. He obviously don't rate Ollie, but he's entitled to his opinion, folks. He's entitled to his opinion, and he's a legend of the channel, so chill. He says, Sancho's not the answer. I agree with you, the Saint. Sancho is not the answer. Sancho is not the answer. It is... it's multiple positions in the team ahead of the right winger position. Yes, we need a right winger because we've only got Greenwood there, but Greenwood's good enough really, but we need another winger there, absolutely, because Dan James to back it up is not good enough. Sancho would give us the depth up there. Greenwood could deputise for him. He could deputise at striker. It gives us that depth. I get that. But it doesn't give us the improvement in the key problem areas, which is the centre-back area, which is absolutely bloody gastastic and ridiculously awful. Like, that's the problem. Everybody can see that in our team, that is the problem area, my friends. Steve Will says, what a humiliating display. But Lerner should have gone with Martial. Lamella should have gone with Martial. What is effing VAR for? I 100% agree with you, Steve. That was one of the most disgusting, disgraceful moments of a game of football I've ever witnessed in terms of officiating. They just got it totally wrong. They ruined the spectacle of the game. They ruined the possibility of United getting back into it. And they just wrongfully sent off Martial and didn't even award Lamella a yellow or nothing, and he was the instigator in all of that mess. So Lamella should have been sent off. If you're going to send Martial off, Lamella has to go as well, but he didn't. And they should have probably both got bookings, in my opinion. But either way, if you're following the letter of the law, violent conduct, they should have been sent off, both of them. Not one of them, both of them. So you're right. What's the fucking point of having VAR if all you're going to end up with is the wrong decision yet again that ruins the whole spectacle of the game? It makes my blood boil. Jay Michaels, he says 2-0 Villa. Oh, come on, Villa. Aston Villa up 2-0. Please don't let us down. Watkins. Ollie Watkins, is it? I don't know, but crikey, Watkins getting two. Griffo Chance says Liverpool 2-0 down. Get in there. That's good news. Yeah, thank you so much, The Saint. He says, because I support the pig and his incredible fans, I didn't know I needed permission from you to do so. Do you support the pig? Yeah, thank you, The Saint. Exactly. He's a channel member. He's been supporting this show for years. Hey, look, I love fan opinion. I do. I mean, I'm not crazy about Ollie out as I think that they're vermin. But at the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy, this is a platform for football fans to share their opinions. Opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one, my friend. So everybody's got a different opinion. Disco Dave with a super chat. He says, all fans must get together. Mr. and Mrs. Disco love you. Thank you very much to you and Sinead. Dave and Sinead. It sounds like a wonderful couple. I'm not going to lie. I have a very happy life together, you legends. Thank you for getting in here with that, Dave. Gucci Lover says, send in the heavy plant, level the ground. Yeah, good call. We do need to clear out here. We need to sack the lot of these gash-tastic centre-backs. We need to get some other players in. Decorated Hero says, nothing new with the VAR corrupt. Jonathan Gallagher says, I'm a wee bit not as mad. How come you're not mad there, Jonathan? Devil of a Red, how you doing, Devil of a Red? He says, where has Poltergeist gone? Where's that Poltergeist melt? Where is that Liverpool troll? Where is he? Show your face. Actually, let's not get carried away, because Liverpool have the ability to come back and beat Villa here. So let's not get carried away. But it is great that they're 2-0. Showbus Patchicam says, Evra almost broke down on Sky. Really? Mate, I love Patrice Evra, man. Patrice Evra is... He summarises a lot of how our fans feel, He loves United. He's played for United. He's successful for United. When he was at United, the defence was one of the best defences in the world. Gary Neville, Patrice Evra, Vidic and Ferdinand. Rolls Royces of defenders across the whole back line. Whereas now we've got clapped out bangers. Now we've got bloody Del Boy's freewheeler at left back, a Skoda Octavia at right back, and a fucking, a larder at the centre back in Harry Maguire. He's a bloody larder, that man. And then we've got a shitty Volvo in Victor Lindelof. Of course he's a Volvo. Of course he's a bloody Volvo. But don't get me wrong, Volvo's good, reliable cars. But so that's probably not a good analogy, because they're actually good, reliable cars. Victor Lindelof is not that. Yeah, nice one. If Evra was gutted, says Catherine B, it's so unbelievably horrible to think that it is bad for everybody's mental health, though. That's the thing. Like we don't. It's not that you don't want to. It's not that you don't think you're ever going to lose. It's the manner in which you lose. It's the manner in which we prepare for the season. It's the lack of investment and ambition from our club. We should have that ambition up top there to be trying to challenge for the title. Never mind consolidate and get top four, which is what they seem to be trying to do. We should have the ambition to try and challenge for that title. That's what's so saddening about it, because this is one of the greatest clubs in the land. And like Patrice, when he was there, and what we were all used to growing up watching this, or whenever you watched United successfully, is we had that quality spirit, we had that quality team, we had the quality throughout, we had the mentality, we had the style, but we also had the quality there. We had the players. We had Rio. We had Vidic. We had Gary Neville. We had Patrice Evra. We had Edwin van der Sar, or whatever you want to, what era you want to talk about. We actually had the players. We never really wanted for players. So Alex Ferguson often would win the league and then sign like Tottenham's best player or something like that, and add one or two really great players to the side. We were always strengthening. We never, ever, ever, ever really wanted for a player. I can't remember under Alex Ferguson ever thinking we need to get a new centre-back in, really. I mean, I know there obviously were times when we did that. Vidic, actually, when we signed him in January, we needed to get him, didn't we? And look who we got in. We got Vidic. But we got him instantly as well for 6 million or whatever the bloody hell it was. So that's the difference here. We highlighted issues back then and we improved them. And now we don't do that. Primart says, Legend the Saint. Nice one, Primart. Nigel Rushby says, if Bailly is the answer, what is the question? Who's gash-tastic in United's team? I don't know. There's some really shit questions there, yeah. Quan Lee says, no passion, no spirit, no titles. Agree, the passion and spirit today was the worst thing that I saw. I thought the desire from the players at times was just not there. I mean, we can highlight Pogba and all that, but, Gungshi comments, Pig. Ayush Subkota says, I have sent you a picture in Messenger, Pig. Check it out. Thank you, Ayush. I'll have to check it out later. I can't check it out right now, my bro, because obviously I'm doing this and I'll just get distracted and people will leave. But thank you, though. I'll check it out, Ayush. Gungshi says, Pig, just got on here. Had to take the medicine for my nerve pain and lie down for a little while, but back now. What a crap day for United. Oh, Gungshi, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that you're having bad pain today. Everybody, please put a love heart in the Gungshi, in the Gungshi. Put a love heart in the live chat for Gungshi, because he's a bit under the weather, and I hope you feel better, Gungshi. I was saying, like, how shit it must be for fans around the world, people such as yourself in Taiwan, who are looking forward to this game of football, getting up in the middle of the night, like it's like 3 or 4 a.m. there now, Gungshi, and you've watched this, you've stayed up, you've committed to watch the game, and you've been served that steaming pile of shite. I mean, that is terrible. It's terrible, you know. But keep your head up, Gungshi. I hope you feel better soon, my friend. You're an absolute legend. Inner United says we effing need defenders. Fully agree. Jonathan Briffer says, I think the coaching staff is not good. We play in the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, look, maybe you could argue we do need to improve in all areas, but certainly they can't do anything about that defending today. Nobody's coaching Harry Maguire to head that into Bayern. Nobody's coaching him to play it back into the 6-yard box. Nobody's coaching Harry Maguire to let his legs turn to jelly for that Sun goal. Nobody's coaching Bayern to trip over and have a calamity. You know, nobody's coaching them to do that. So I hear what you're saying, but it's individual errors that cost us today. Nick Milisev says we should pay out the arse for another centre-back before tomorrow. Absolutely. Tobias, good for you, says all defence apart from Brandon and Aaron Wan-Bissaka have got to go. Not fit to wear the shirt. Fair play to you, lad. I'm starting to think you might be right. We need to get Tellez in. We need to get a centre-back in. Centre-back's the issue. Leave Comedy said pig transfers were like that until we sold Ronaldo because the Glazers were in charge and then we struggled with signings. You're spot on. You're absolutely spot on. You're right. Things changed when the Glazers came in. Magic Gamer says we all need to go around Ed Woodward's house to get his finger out. Seems like it worked last time. Showbus Patrick M says Pig, I thought Bailly was better than Maguire. Yeah, he was. Did you see that double block from Bailly? He did make an error for their second goal, to be fair to him, and it was just difficult after that because you got 11 v 10. But Bailly, actually, there was one moment where he made a double block, which was like Bobby Moore-esque. It was brilliant. But yeah, I know what you're saying. He was definitely better. Zanio Nakutha says, my mental health is 50%. Oh, Zanio, I'm sorry to hear that. I hear you. Mine's like 42% at the moment, so I'm feeling that. Devil of Red says, get well soon, Gungshi pal. Absolutely. What a top legend of the channel, Gungshi is. Really value his input and his support on the channel. Thank you, Gungshi. RJ McCready says, Maguire is shockingly bad. It's a joke he cost 80 million, but that's what happens with English players so many times. They are overhyped. Very true. Overhyped, overvalued. Lee Johnson says, Tarkowski needs to be bought. Well, look, Tarkowski, sorry. We need to get some players, that's no doubt. I mean, I feel like we need to get a proper, true world-class centre-back. Will says, other clubs sniff our desperation. Smith says De Gea got his captaincy revoked after deservedly slating his teammates. If Maguire keeps it after this, it's a joke. Smith, so well said, my friend. How is Bruno Fernandes not the captain? Matt Rush says we got 462 likes on the stream. Guys, thank you so much for liking this video and getting involved with it in the comment section today. Decorated Hero, Lee Johnson, Smith, Will, The Saint, Matt Rush, Adil Dese, Showbiz Patchgam, Deep Patel, Wilson Malako, Abbas Hassani, FIFO, Joseph Tidyman, Illy United, Margallo, Buster Cherry, great to see you, man. He says, damn, almost 3-0 down. Thank you, Buster, Abbas Hassani, FIFO, The Saint, Nicholas Critchlow, great to see you, Nicholas. Nick Menesev, Ollie In with the super chat. Thank you, Ollie In, dude. Appreciate it, dude. He says, Tellez is apparently being announced tonight. Good news after a bad result. We all saw this coming. The board can kiss my taint. Still Ollie In. Thank you so much, Ollie In. Absolutely got to be Ollie In. The board of the scum here. The board of the reason. They haven't backed or supported or had faith in our manager, I don't think, in this window. Tellez, yeah, it looks like he's coming tonight. I'll be back actually in a little bit to do a transfer show, lads, and that's about 9:30. 9:30 UK time as usual. We'll be doing a transfer show. I'm probably not gonna. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna do the FIFA stream tonight. I usually do a FIFA stream at midnight. I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm too fucked off. I need to relax. I need to catch up. I need to sleep. Plus, it's deadline day tomorrow. I need to be up reasonably early, so in case there's any news and shit like that. So, you know, I'm pretty much going to wrap this video up, but I will just take a couple more comments. And before you go, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button too. Click the bell icon, get involved. Love the community. And if I didn't mention you, by the way, I apologise. I try to mention everybody who takes the time to come and have their say on this channel, because I really do appreciate you getting in here and having your say. But if I didn't, then come back after this video is finished and comment in the not live comments, and I will respond to you there, and so can everybody else too. Christian Caicedo says Maguire is overrated. Pogba is overrated. Shaw is fat. Bissaka only has his tackle skill, and that is why he plays good when he wants. Lindelof's a joker, and I think it's time for Henderson. I'm not gonna blame David De Gea at all today. You know, he had his back to the wall. He had a big problem with the twats in front of him. Neil Duffin comments, Ollie isn't the problem, the Glazers and Judge are. Spot on. Thank you so much, Neil Duffin, getting in it. You're so right. You can't blame Ollie for anything at this stage. Stuart Rogers says, Maguire needs dropping until he sorts his bloody knife out. Sort your bloody knife out, Maguire. I agree. He needs sending off. Maybe getting 6 months in a Mykonos prison would actually make a difference for him. Might reset him a little bit, because at the moment he's on cruise control twat mode. No worries, Daniel Nakutha. I hope you feel better soon in regards to the mental health. I agree with you. the United are a nightmare. But stay positive, stay positive. Just understand that it can't go on like this forever. There's got to be light at the end of the tunnel somewhere for this once great football club. Gucci lover, respect to you too, Gucci. Ben Meister says Ollie doesn't have a plan. Well, it's hard to have a plan when you don't have the players, you don't have the tools to complete the plan. How's a builder supposed to build a house with no fucking materials? Annie B says Liverpool playing better than MU without Mane. Sun Wukong says no, James Ollie in is going nowhere. Catherine B says chin up lads and thanks for the good vibes after a crap day. Catherine B, shout out to you. Appreciate you getting here. Right back at you. Kayam comments, I'm here watching this in silence like a lurker. Hashtag Ollie in. Good man. We'll take that, Kayam. You don't have to listen to me, mate. You can just lurk in silence if you want. It's all the taking part that counts. Abbas Hassani says Lindelof is laughing at Maguire. FIFO says Man United can't win without a penalty. Tobias Good for You says board need coughing on. Wilson Malacco says it's almost 7 years. We really need huge change. Transfer deadline already and we won't get any better this season. Totally agree. How we can be happy with the same team starting in this game that we had last season 100% is terrible. Donny was on the bench. Other than that, it's the same set of losers. Shocking. R. Singh, Ben Meister, Joseph Misco, Gunshi, Nicholas Critchlow, Chal comments, hi Flying Pig, I'm a Doncaster Rovers fan and honestly the Glazers have brought United to its needs. Nothing changing and we'll see you in the Championship next season. Oh my God. Thank you, Chal, for commenting, man, but maybe that's what we need. Get relegated and maybe they'll sell up then. Bastards. Bastards! The bastard owners of our football club ruined this great... It's a great institution. It's a great club. It's steeped in history and tradition. But they've just shat all over it. They've shat all over it with one big Woodward-shaped feces. Harris Khan, thank you for getting in. He says, hi, Pig. Just one where it... what? It just one where it was that bad. I can see we come... back next game because of new player. Thank you very much for commenting. JW92 says it's 3-1. Hey, thank you very much. Shout out to Tento Cisco. Primos says, watching Harry is like watching a deer trying to cross a frozen lake. Yeah, a newborn baby deer at that with a massive head. Ben Meister, subscribe if you want Villa to win, says Matt Rush. Come on, Aston Villa. Come on, Aston Villa. Devil of Red says 3-1 Poltergeist. Where are you now, you melter? Get in there. Nicholas Critchlow says, come on, lads. 500 likes. Thank you. Smash a like on it. David Murphy says, let's get that plane ready. Shasta says 3-1. Who else have I not mentioned? Decorated Hero. Michael Matten says, why didn't we sign Kane? We can't sign any players like Kane. Our owners are shit. They're not prepared to invest anymore, man. We've fallen off the pace. Gone are the days when United had that transfer ability to go to Spurs and sign Berbatov or sign Carrick or pinch whoever the fuck we wanted from anyone. Gone are those days. We haven't got the owners. We haven't got the backing. We haven't got the success at the moment to be able to do that. And it's all because of those shitty Glazers. I'm going to have to go, guys. My voice is going. I'm losing my voice. Are you Sapkota? If I'm going to be able to do if I'm actually got a voice to do the transfer show later, I'll be back at 9:30, just over an hour and a half. We'll talk about all the latest transfer stuff going in for the window. But thank you, the Trooper, Tobias, Nicholas Critchlow. Get in there, Nicholas Critchlow. He says, 500 likes, you effing legend. Well done, guys. Thank you so much for putting the like on the video. It means a lot. Thank you for subscribing. And I've lost my voice today because of that shit show performance doing the watch along. I don't know. I've gone. That's the end of the show, guys. Thank you for subscribing. Disco Dave, thank you for liking the video. Jonathan Gallagher, Matt Rush, Alejandro Sabang, Michael Mattern, Mr. Miyagi, Wax On, Wax Off, Ryan Burberspin, Ibrahim Shafiq, The Saint, Tonk Nash, Gungshi, you have a great evening, you legend. Simon Bennett, you too. Jagon Sancho as well. Ibrahim Shafiq, Tonk Nash, RJ McCready, The Manu Gur, Scujo One, The Trooper, Ibrahim Shafiq, The Saint, Jagon Sancho, Ayash Sapkota, Annie B, Joe Tabento, Primot, Decorated Hero, Jonathan Gallagher, Harris Khan, Mr. Darkside, Wilson Michalako, Ryan Burberspin 9, Luke 1234, Ben Meister, Shobas Patchcamp, Ibrahim Shafiq, Batman Nightfan, Gunshi, Matt Rush, Phil Gattenby, Nick Melisev, Mr. Miyagi, Joseph Liviano, Polar Bear, The Saint, The Trooper, Tonk Nash, and Ibrahim Shafiq. I've caught up. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Smash a like on it. Subscribe if you're new. Check out the website, flyandpigunited.com. Check the links in the description. Check the social media channels. Fly and Pig United on all of those different outlets or platforms. Check it out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Come back in a few minutes time when this is finished and comment in the not live comments and have your say about this shit. Oliver H, one of the channel members, you legend. Thank you, Oliver, for getting in here. Kayam as well. Ibrahim, Harris Khan, James, Devil of a Red, The Saint, Mad Animal, Phil Gattenby, Joseph Misco, you legend, Mr. Darkside, Ben Meister, love you too, Mr. Darkside, Peace and Love, Primot, Kayam says 4-1. Are you joking? It's not 4-1. Is it 4-1 to Villa? Get in there. At least there's that. Come on. Get in there. Have some of that, Liverpool, you bunch of scumbaggy meltbags. Come on, Aston Villa. See you, Oliver. See you, Mark Voot. Mark Voot. Scousegit. Scousegit. 4-1 to Villa. Kayam, at least there's that to end on a positive with. It is a slight positive. Annie B. Connor B. Realtor. Broker. Untuthuko Undlove. Thank you, Untuthuko Undlove. Who else haven't I shouted out? Robert Ingram, good night. Will, Decorated Hero. Tonk Nash, Scujo 1. Joshua Bullock. R. Sing the Saint. Choffy, Decorated Hero. Devil Rev. Annie B. Talk MU Lemurs. Nicholas Critchlow, Gunshi, everybody else, thank you for watching. This is The Pig. I'll see you later. Come back in a minute. Have your say. What a shit performance by our defenders. What a horror show from the referee. And what a disgusting transfer window by our board, Eddie Woodward, and the Glazers ownership. They are shit scum. That's it, guys. Get them out of our football club. In the live chat now, we're going to end on hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Woodward out, hashtag Ollie in. Disco Dave, Devil Red, Cohen, Nixon, thank you guys. We're going to end on hashtag Ollie in, hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Woodward out, hashtag Ollie in, hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Woodward out, hashtag Ollie in, hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Woodward out. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. My voice is gone. I'll see you at 9:30, hopefully with a voice. Right then, you legends, what a horrible shit show of a day. It's Gashtastic United lose 6-1 to Jose Mourinho's meltbags. What an absolute shit fest. Oh, Timo as well. Disco Cisco. See you, Disco Cisco. FC United forever. Shout out to you, bro. Kayam, Jagon Sancho, who else haven't I shouted out? Gabriel Lopez, Bill E, Snap Film Walk, Maxi Gaming, Mark Voot, Will, Gabriel Lopez, Peter Coveney as well. Peter Coveney, All Zane, Gunshi, Showbass. Hey, look, guys, this is just the Patreon credits to say thank you so much to everybody who supports this show on Patreon, which is a way you can support the show. Also, Tier 2 channel members on YouTube appear on this list. Shout out to all the channel members. They appear on this list. Thank you, everyone who supports the show in this way. You know, it really does help out. Massive difference. My voice is gone, lads and lass. It's absolutely gone. But anyway, we've got to add Seaborn Gracias to this list, and I think one or two others. I apologise off the top of my head, but I'm going to do that. It's not going to be 2 weeks like it usually is. I'm going to just add them, you know, because I only need to add one or two, so I'll add them, guys. Thank you to Seaborn Gracias, those personal shout out to him, because I haven't added him yet. Mike Cosine, have a good one. That's going to be it from me. Thanks for watching. Jay Michaels, Gung Shi, Maxi Gaming, Kayam, Jagon Sancho, Grand Pops TV, Munib Siddiqui, and everybody else. TY, have a great day. This is The Pig. What a shit show. Come back and let me know how shit you think that was. Sun Wukong, take it easy. Gung Shi, rest up, everyone. Oh my God, what an absolutely gas day to be a United fan, for fuck's sake.